All right, check out our new sponsor, Greenwood Stocks. They want you to know how to be able to trade stocks and be your own boss and be free to travel the world by making passive income. We all need that passive income from stock market. What are you waiting for? Call or text 281-760-3170. If you didn't catch that, that's on your screen. Or check them out at social media, Greenwood Stocks, and catch them at Gmail, Greenwood Stock Trading at Gmail, and the YouTube channel is Greenwood Stocks. Appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. Check them out. We out. All right, man, the Carolina Panthers are clearing cap space to land Deshaun Watson, even though Houston Texans are saying that they're not trading Deshaun Watson. Let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. And, like Bobby Brown, it's their prerogative. I mean, what if they don't want, if they ain't clearing cap space for Deshaun Watson, they got a backup plan. I heard that the Steelers might be moving on from Ben Roethlisberger. Maybe Roethlisberger come down there and prove a point. Maybe they expect to go after another quarterback. Maybe they think, Garoppolo might get cut from the 49ers if they acquire a quarterback. I mean, you heard teams is calling about Kirk Cousins. At this point, they can move up, to be honest. Let's just talk about some alternatives real quick before we get into it. To be honest, they willing to give up McCaffrey and I think multiple first-round picks. You can give up McCaffrey in the first-round pick to move up with the Jets. And maybe they won't make like a third or fourth round pick there. I mean, you can move up to number 2. And I did a film study. Check my other channel out, Motor C Sports Talk. I did a film study on Zach Wilson. And, to be honest, he the real deal. He the real deal. Kind of need a little bit of help on his footwork. But when he's talking about ball placement and his arm, I think that might be something they might entertain. With Carolina if they don't get Deshaun Watson. But people saying, in the comment section, Houston fans saying, they said they're not trading Deshaun Watson. But if you think about it, it's been a situation that I can remember. People may forget that, Carson Palmer sat out of Cincinnati for years because the owner, Mike Brown, didn't want to trade him. He wanted to be traded, and eventually the Raiders offered something, and, Carson Palmer went to play for the Raiders in Arizona in his career, but he lost some good years, and Carson Palmer was like, I made my money. And to be honest, Carson Palmer was the last great UFC quarterback, if you want to keep it a bun. And people don't really remember Carson Palmer, but one year they would have won the Super Bowl if he didn't blow out his ACL versus Steelers in the first round, and they was blowing the Steelers the fuck out. That was that year, and that probably would have immortalized Chad Johnson, a.k.a. Chad Ochocinco. He would have definitely been a Super Bowl champion. But unfortunately, Buffalo didn't have some bad luck. Cincinnati didn't have some bad luck. But I remember watching that year, and then they had like a nice lead. I can't remember, was it like 14-20? They was blowing the fuck. I think they was blowing the Steelers. They was blowing them out. And John Kitna came in and blew the lead. And then guess who signed John Kitna? Yep, my Detroit Lions. Crazy, ain't it, man, after that. But yeah, there's some alternatives for them, man, to be honest. A lot of them. What if their alternative is Dak? There's so many alternatives for them as quarterback. So, obviously we still forgetting that Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback there, though. That's crazy. So, I don't know if they would send Teddy Bridgewater over to Houston with Christian McCaffrey, a couple first-round picks and a mid-round pick. But to be honest, I think, if they don't, because they cut Trey Boston, Keywan Short. They cut a few people to clear about just less than $30 million in cap space. So obviously they got a plan. Okay, if it's not Deshaun, then maybe let's say, let's get Sam Darnold, or let's get the number 2 pick from the Jets. All right, so they could. Miami should be making plays. Obviously they need a receiver to really help him. Devontae Parker fell off again next year, but let's say I got Tua. We give you, because people don't know Miami got the number 3 pick. They got it from the Houston Texans trade with Larry Thompson, but he wasn't even worth it. So, Miami can trade Deshaun Watson. Houston could trade Deshaun Watson, Miami, get Tua back, get the number 3 pick back, and moving on. But if I'm Carolina, man, I would try to get him. They're not stupid. Go over there and try to get him. If not, we got Dak. Ben might be an older guy. Well, if we don't do anything, we just got cap space. Let's help Teddy Bridgewater out. But, I think they think like Teddy Bridgewater to Houston. And maybe they don't have to trade Teddy Bridgewater to Houston. He goes somewhere else, But then I see Teddy Bridgewater, Christian McCaffrey, a couple first-round draft picks this year, next year, and maybe a second or third-round pick. And that's probably the best you get. You get one of the best running backs in the league who was injured most of last year, but he should come back fresh. Getting Teddy Bridgewater, You getting an extra. You getting a pick this year when you didn't have a pick. You get a pick next year. So I think that's a good deal for them, to be honest. But you got to understand, they got this NFL. They still got this slave master mentality where they ain't letting black players slide out the side door. They ain't letting you go nowhere. You ain't doing this. We own you. If not, you can sit here until you're ready to come back and play. And that's the honest truth. And Deshaun Watson shouldn't even have signed that contract last year. But when you come off the AFC championship game, and you had the lead, you blew it. You thought it was gonna be all gravy this year, but it's not. Houston defense. What happened when Houston defense got old? You had Brian Cushion and all those guys. Whitney Merciless. You had Jadeveon Clowney. You had what's my man's name? He was I told him Jonathan Joseph. They defense just got old. And offensively, they ain't able to protect Deshaun Watson. And what might be a great thing for Deshaun Watson, since he took so many hits in his career, it might be the great thing to sit out a year. Let his body heal. That might put 2 or 3 years on the extra year on his career. Because he took a lot of hellacious shots throughout his career. He don't know how to protect himself. If you want me to show your quarterback to know how to protect himself, I'm talking about Russell Wilson. He don't take no unnecessary punishment unless he have to. Aaron Rodgers know how to protect himself now in this league. But, what if Green Bay say, Aaron Rodgers ain't happy? Let me send Aaron Rodgers down for Watson in our first round pick this year. Aaron Rodgers probably fucking retired. I mean, Aaron Rodgers might carry them to the AFC Championship game, to be honest. Well, if you put Christian McCaffrey back there with Teddy Bridgewater in Houston, that'd be all right. But Houston got so much to rebuild, man. They got to rebuild their D-line. Cunningham is cool at linebacker, but they got to find some younger DBs. They lost Kareem Jackson over the years. They really in the rebuild. I think Teddy Bridgewater can really elevate them to an average team in the AFC. Honestly, he can't elevate them there, but yeah, they really move Christian McCaffrey. And then also, does Houston send David Johnson or Duke Johnson over there to accommodate them? But for Carolina, they got a high pick. They missed the playoffs this year. So you won't find a quarterback at all, but maybe Houston take that assets and give it to Miami and say, we give you this year number 1, next year number 1, or this year number 1, and give you Christian McCaffrey and, or somebody else, and we can take that number 3 pick. But, Deshaun Watson ain't happy. I ain't surprised, man, but it's been one bad year. But when you look what Bill O'Brien did as a GM and a coach, it don't look good there, man. It's going to be a while. And to be honest, they going to need all the draft picks they can get. Because even with Deshaun Watson, he's not going to elevate that team to the playoffs. Not because he don't have receivers. And don't forget, Will Fuller is a free agent as well, too. But they just need everything. A line, running back, receivers, a D-line, the linebackers, cornerbacks. They need everything. And could Christian McCaffrey help him? I mean, yeah, McCaffrey could help him. But to be honest, for McCaffrey, I think he deserves to go to a winning team. I know the brothers was saying, he ain't nothing but another Toby Gerhart. I watched him in one of the bowl games when he was in Stanford. And I said, this white boy for real. So he the real deal. He definitely can help alleviate the pain with Deshaun Watson gone. And if they don't want Teddy Bridgewater, they end up trading Teddy Bridgewater somewhere else or cutting him, whatever they do. Houston can still find a quarterback. Ellinger will be huge in Texas because he went to University of Texas. Mac Jones. I don't really like Alabama quarterbacks, but Mac Jones and Trask. So you got some options for next year. You get all them picks next year. You can get you a quarterback. To be honest, but Christian McCaffrey, Teddy Bridgewater, a couple first round picks, a second round pick, or third next year they can rebuild that team. But question is, do Deshaun Watson want to go to the Carolina Panthers? Is that one of the teams on the short list? But you think about it, they got David Moore. I don't know if they bring back Curtis Samuels, Robbie Anderson. He a hell of a deep threat. He just ain't really had that solid quarterback. You won't have Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. But if you could keep Christian McCaffrey and get another number 1 pick, that might work. But yeah, they'll be all right next year. I think Carolina will be something to reckon with if their defense continue to evolve. Still got PJ Hall behind them. Yeah, that'd be dangerous, man. Especially if they could keep Christian McCaffrey. I think that'd be dangerous, but other teams, you're looking at Denver, you're looking at 49ers, they don't want to give up no assets for real, but then just shut up and keep keep Jimmy Garoppolo. If you don't want to ball, get out the game. But I think Carolina would be nice, but You know, Christian McCaffrey probably be mad going to Houston. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Check out the NFL playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response, or video request. All my social media links in the description. Fastest way to reach me is Twitter, then Facebook, then Instagram. We also got a Facebook group. Check that out if you want to join. I'll push you through once you just request. All the links in the description. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link in the description as well. Best way to donate. Share the video. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.